This is Marlene. Marlene did the entire mobile home renovation. The question you are probably wondering is, how?
Okay, so we are currently at the Mobile Home Renovation. How do you know if something is worth saving or it's time to let it go? Walking through this mobile home, you can tell that it is a family home. A lot of people have lived here. There has been love, there has been memories, there has been history spent in this place. And although the history and the memories and the emotional connection is there, it also has mold. The walls were quite literally caving in. The floor was sunken in. There was no electricity on one side of the house. The carpet was completely destroyed and needed to be changed. And the kitchen was original and was quite literally falling apart. One person might walk away, but I felt the need to reimagine the space. And in this series, we are going to break down the entire process as somebody who has never renovated a mobile home ever. So in the past few years, I have dibbled and dabbled with different types of love for real estate, whether that be personal residences, short-term rentals like Airbnbs, or even content spaces where people do photo shoots or film, think Peerspace, Gigster, and things like that. And I have quite literally fell in love with the process. In this series, I'm breaking down the process and what it looked like for me as a first-time mobile home renovation investor. And I'm gonna take you guys along on the journey. So let's go ahead and get right into the series. We are starting this series strong with the primary bedroom. And as you can see, there is a big board on the ceiling. This board is holding the ceiling up because the ceiling has suspected water damage and termite damage. And if it was not there, it would have caved in. You can also see that there's no electrical lighting on the ceiling, which we definitely want to add. And if you look at the lower part of the wall, you can see that there's foam that has been sprayed from suspected water damage. The carpet is dirty and you can see the imprint from where the old furniture was, and we definitely want to just switch out the carpet. This is a media closet wall, but you can see that it's dated, it's broken, and it can be repurposed for something else. This current layout has only 2 windows, and I would definitely like to see more light in the space. And this is the wall where the current closets are, and I'm really thinking about changing it. But before I do that, I definitely want to draw it out just to make sure that it is a structural change that I'm going to actually be happy with. This step is super important, especially if you're doing things remote. Doing measurements the first time is going to save you so much time and stress. I'm telling you, I learned the hard way. From the right window size to order, to the right bed size to order, to the right doors. This is going to be used for the entirety of the project. And if you don't do the whole room because in your head you just need the measurement for the wall where the bed is going to go, you're going to find out that you're going to need to go back to measure for where the dressers go, or you're going to not really know what size door you're going to have to buy. So just get the measurements the first time. It can be tedious, but you're not going to have to do it again, and you're going to save so much time and so much energy if you just do it the first time. But I just add a bed close to what I'm actually going to get, and then change the dimensions and the colors if need be. This allows me to see if what I want to buy actually looks good. Seeing it beforehand saves an expensive mistake and regret that could happen. And this is what it ended up looking like with the furniture. I am thinking about getting the mom bed from IKEA, so I just adjust the measurements, the potential nightstands I'm gonna buy, and as well as the dresser spaces. And I actually love the space. I think that there's ample amount of space to walk around, and I think the flow is gonna be so much better if we do it like this. The next thing that I love to do is get inspiration for the mood board. So this is my 5th renovation. So I've learned to not always design the spaces the way that I like to live, but also consider the correct demographic that's gonna be enjoying the space, whether it is a short-term rental or a content space, and then also just have diversity within my portfolio. So for this room, I was definitely wanting to do things with more blue tones, jewel tones, using marbles, and I just wanted it to feel really, really cozy. I don't think I've ever decorated a space with blue, so this is only gonna take me outside of my comfort zone. At this point, because I'm 5 projects in, I feel like I kind of know what direction I wanna go with things, and I also have a good understanding of products that are budget friendly that consistently have worked for me in the past with other projects. I love going to Rugs USA for rugs. I feel like their rugs are such high quality, and you're gonna get a lot of bang for your buck there. On Amazon, I found these pleat curtains. I feel like pleat curtains just add structure to the space. So these are 2 color options that I'm gonna try out. And then for IKEA no longer has the mom dresser, but they do have the mom bed, which I'm gonna use in the space. And Amazon has this dresser, and it has really good reviews. So I'm gonna go ahead and play around with the different colors, as well as different variations of ways to mix these products together to see which way I like first, instead of buying all of these items and returning them. So I typically just play around with this just in like a free, this is Keynotes, I'm using Keynotes. You can do this in Canva, you can do it in Keynotes, whatever kind of is easier for you to manage. And before I start doing the transparent background, I just kind of play around with it and kind of grab inspiration from Pinterest and see what they're doing, how they're using contrasting colors, and just kind of go from there. In episode 2 of each room throughout the series, I will go through the mood board and the shopping in more depth, but I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit about my planning process in this video so that you know the direction that I'm trying to go in. So I'm in the primary bedroom right now. This is the door to come in. Right here was like a storage cabinet and a closet, but instead of putting the storage cabinet and closet feature right here, we're gonna actually make this the closet for clothing, because the old closet for clothing was actually right here. So it came out to like right here. So right now I'd be standing in the closet. Right here I'd be outside of the closet. We're actually gonna keep this open so that the bed either can be recessed in here, or you can have the bed on the opposite wall. It'd probably look really good with some type of dresser right here. And you can have lots of storage space and then like a TV above top. It's crazy what drywall and windows can do. In here we have 2 double windows here and then double windows back there. All the electrical is ready to go, and it just feels so much better in here. So this renovation went by really fast, and unfortunately I worked on this project remote for a large portion of it. So I wasn't really able to do check-ins that were thorough and gradual. So in these clips, you're gonna see some significant change happen between the times I was able to do site visits. So you can see we added 4 windows in, which made a huge difference. The flooring isn't in yet, but we took out the carpet. The closet is demoed, the media cabinet is demoed, and the space just looks lighter, brighter, and just more airy. So I knew the power of drywall and windows, but it wasn't until this project where it was a drastic difference, where I was able to see a significant change just with very minimal changes. I guess it's not minimal. Demoing the closet, ripping out the floor, that's pretty extensive. Here you can see the space has the flooring that we got from Floor & Decor, and I was just really happy with the update. Hey guys, so today I'm doing a walkthrough of the mobile. There's been significant progress, as you can see. I'm really happy with the timeline because we are moving really fast. There's definitely some things that you have to decide between when you're doing a renovation, whether it's to get somebody in or to completely beautify everything and make sure all the details are fine-tuned. The floor is in, the drywall's up. It looks like the next step is gonna be electrical. The tile is in, and honestly, I'm just really happy because it just looks like a completely different space. It's completely different space. Okay, so this room went through another huge transformation, but we did change out the layout quite a bit. Originally, there were 2 closets that were here. We actually eliminated the closet here in order to put nightstands. I'm gonna put two dressers right here and make a media station here and mount the TV on the wall here. And then we also added more window space just to let more light in. As you can see, even with the electrical off, there's a significant amount of light than there was before. This used to be a media station where they had like built-in shelving. This is now where the closet is. And then here is where the primary bed was, and we're gonna keep it here, but there's two windows that were added here. So the bed is gonna go here, two nightstands on each side, long wall with ample lighting, and then drawer space, clothing space, and then floating shelves and storage space here with the TV. Everything is almost prepped and ready for paint, and we are going to be doing a darker color in Roman clay, so it's going to be interesting to see how that goes, and we're going to get to painting today. The little things that go a long way for me are things like these outlets. These outlets are kind of like the old school 1980s, 1990s beige color, and although we are painting the room, I feel like white just gives more elegant, polished, put together look. So I am taking out all of the existing outlets and then just gonna change the plate. I'm not gonna change the outlet itself because that's electrical work, but just the coverings. So let's unscrew all of these and get them switched out. I'm hoping this works.
Oh Lord.